Hello friend, in this tutorial we are going to discuss about more array functions. Okay, let's see array metadata function. Oh, sorry, array metadata functions. So first function is array endim, and in bracket the syntax is, let's see, array end underscore endim, and in bracket any array that you want to check the dimension of that array. So this function return the number of dimension in an array, or this function's return type is integer. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's create a one array, or using select directly. Select array dimension, array endims, not endim only, array endims in bracket some array. Okay, array of 1 comma 2. If I run this, it will give me an output like 2. So here you can see that at the start we know that this is two dimensional array because inside there are two elements again and with square bracket. So this is two dimensional array, but for identifying the dimension of array, here is a trick that how many square bracket at the start, this is the dimension of that array. Suppose if I create a if I add one more bracket here, one more square bracket here, and at the end also, so the dimension will become 3. No, it will give me an error because this is not the case. So we have to create a one more. No, this will become, if I add here 3, this will also two dimensional array. Let's see. 3, yeah. Oh, 3, yeah. So this is also two dimensional array. So if we add some more like, if I run this, it will give me an error. No, this is three-dimensional array. So here you can see that there are three square bracket, and here also at the start there are three square brackets. So this is three-dimensional array. That's it. Okay. Okay. What if I let's see, 1 comma 2 comma 3 inside the more element in one array, 4 5 6 4 5. That's it. Now three-dimensional, because here are three plus square brackets only. Okay. Another one function is similar to this. The previous function was array endims, and this function is just endims. This function is just dims, array dimensions, and inside any array. Okay, let's see with the help of example. So select array endims of some array. Let's see previous array with dims only. Let's see, if I run this, it will give me like this. So in if I use here endim, the return type was integer, so it return number of array. So and this dim function return the length of the requested array dimension. Return type was text. Why don't come, but it gives like this. arrayDims. If I use arrayDims, so it will return like this 111313. That's it. Okay. Return a text representation or array is a dimension return type. Okay, one return. Okay, there is a one more, that is if you use if the function is array length. Sorry, it also return its return type is integer. If I use here and pass any array inside this and integer array length, suppose array previous array with 1 comma 2 comma 3 is one dimensional array, and if I run this it will give an error because it has a second parameter, that is integer. So if I put integer 1 here, so oh, array length, so it will return a 3. There are 3 elements in array. If I add one more, then it will give me 4. If I add another, if I make it two dimensional, then 2 comma 3, then it cannot return a length of the string because these functions are only for one dimensional arrays. All these functions, previous function was ending function was check the dimension of array, and this function was for strictly for one dimensional array. So what now it will run. So what if I delete this one from here, then it give an error that function has second parameter, that um, so this will show an error that this function was not exist. So what if I use here 2? Now it will return run. What if I use here 3? It will return because the function's return type is integer, so we must need to provide a 1. So it will return a value. That's it. Next is array length. Okay, array length is fine. Suppose if I find the array length of empty array, so it will return an error that cannot determine the type of empty array. So we need to provide at least one value, so it will not give an error. So array lower. Array lower is a function. It converts return lower bound of the array return type integer. So it will return a lower bound of any array. Suppose array is array and 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, let's run this only with select. It will give us an error that this function does not exist, so it has a second parameter, this like integer. So for integer we pass 1, so it will give an output like integer 1. So the array's lower bound is 1. If I make this 4, then it will return 4. Oh, so it will return a first value. If I make it second, then it will return a second value. Just a minute. So it will return a 1 only. Don't know why. Array lower. Okay, there is one more function array upper. So let's say how it be array upper. For array upper function, it return a 3, that is the last character. So it will return a lower bound means, so array's index starting with 0, so that it will return a first character or last character. So there are how many elements in the array, like this. Suppose if I make these 3 to 4, then also it will return a 3, because the upper bound is 3 and lower bound is 1. That's like, okay. mm, let's see next function, cardinality, and inside pass any array. So let's see direct with the help of example. So select array 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So let's see what is the output. Cardinality is 4. Suppose what if I make here add one more element, cardinality is 5. So what is this cardinality? Return the cardinality of the array dimension of or total number of element in an array. So this is like a length of an array. So in length we have seen that. So if I make this to array length, then what will array length, this will similarly return the length of an array length of it, but it need to pass the next parameter, that is 1. So it will return and this is cardinality work with multidimensional array. Let's see cardinality. So in multidimensional arrays, for this we need to create from here it. So this was the first array, suppose that was the first array, and this is the second array, 2 comma 3. Let's see. So oh, what is here? Oh, one more square bracket. Now it will have. So multidimensional array must have array expansion with matching dimension. So cardinality doesn't support a multidimensional arrays, that finding a number of arrays in an number of what is the length of the array, and so it returns the cardinality of array. Suppose let's see the example is select cardinality of array is 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. In previous now, oh, now it will return a but in previously it not return. So now it will return a number of array element in this outer array. Okay, there are 4 element. So whatever if I change 1 comma 2, that was different error. This error is occurring because we are putting a invalid input, that is if I put here 1 comma 2, for this we need to put here 2 comma 3 also, 3 comma 4 also. So this will become a perfect array. Now it will work. Yes, 8. There are 8 elements, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's it. Okay, for array length also similar, but array length not support this. Let's see. Does it support? Yeah, it will return for multidimensional array too. So this is not the case. So one more example is cardinalities is If I run this like this, then it will give me an 8. If I pass here a integer like 1, then it will return me an error. Oh, function coordinate does not exist, so it will not require this last parameter. Okay. Array search function, array position, any element. Okay, let's see array search function. So next topic is array search functions. We have seen that array metadata functions. In array search function, there are two main functions. First is array position. Any array and array element that we want to search. So the syntax is similar. So for this array position, array and any element. Array position array. Okay, let's see with the help of example. Select. Okay, make it a comment. So there are two function array position with two parameter. Also there is one more that is similar to this, but it has extra one more parameter. That is the next parameter is here start element, start location. From here we want to start location. Okay, so return the subscript of the first occurrence of the second argument, and in the array starting at the element indicated by the third argument or at the first. So the array must be one dimensional. So this not work with multidimensional array. Select array position. Let's see with the help of example. Array position. In parentheses, some array. Suppose Jan, Feb, March. Okay. If I run like this, then it will give me an error because the function does not exist. If I pass here a second parameter, that array element. Okay. Suppose array element is fed from this array. Let's see what happens. It will return a true 2. And if I enter one more fib here, then what happens? It also return a true 2. And we know that array indexing starting from 1. Okay, let's see. So if I from by this third parameter, if I make it here array indexing 1, then it will also return 2. If I make array indexing 2, then it will also return 2. If I make array indexing 3, because it started from this February now, then this March now, then from this March it will find for this February, and it get a February at the position of 4, so it will return 4. That's it. Let's see second example. Array of 1 2 3 4. Now you will get the point. So is there any need to use second example? Okay, let's see. Now we want to find a 2. 2 is started from the position of, we know that 2 first return 2 is at the second position. If I started from 1, then it will also return second position. If I started from position 2, then it will also return 2 position. But if I started from the 3 index, then it will return a different position of 2, that is 5th position. That's it. So how about if you have multiple matching values, then we can do like this. So these are array search function, that array position and with 3 parameter and with 2 parameter. This is a 2 word function. Okay. So array modification function. So how we can make a modification in an array. So the first function is array cat, and inside array any array that you want to pass, and any array, again any array. This is the syntax. Okay, let's see how it what is this function. So let's see directly with the help of example so we can understand. Select array cat. Inside this array, in bracket, Jan, January, February, March. So and second array is, in syntax you can see that there are two arrays here. So array modification function is this. So inside this, suppose March and April. Now what will it return? Oh, yeah, it return like this. So it concat January, February, March, April. So these two array is concatenated using array cat function. So if you want to concat two array, then you can use this array cat function. Okay. The second is, these are array modification function. The second is array append function. The syntax is array append and array append and any array and array element, some element that you want to append. So this array append function we have seen in previous tutorial also, that array append and array prepend. So if I use array append and some array, and if I append some value to this array of suppose Jan, Feb, March, and next parameter is suppose we can add integer too inside this. Let's see. So if I use run this, then it will give me an error that it cannot happen. So if I append a string also, string, then it will, what is the error? Oh, select. So you can see that this February element is added at the last. If I use, we have seen that prepend function also. Let's see this one work or not. Prepend. It will give me an error that could not find array type or data type text. So it will give an error something like this one, but the error is different. Okay, let's see. But with the help of we can add integer value inside the string array. Yes, no, we can't. So function array append does not exist. So we have provided an invalid input to this. Okay, switch this element to before and use this array prepend function. Okay, let's see it gonna happen or not. It will run or not. Now it will give an error that could not find the, okay, same error was happen when we are trying to prepend the values. Okay, yes, now it will work fine. So array February is append at the start of the array and then array's element. That's it. Okay, the next function is array remove function. The syntax is array and underscore remove, and inside uh, this we need to pass the array and array element. So what element you want to delete from an array? So this is also array modification function. Concat append and prepend and array remove. So array and array element. If I pass opposite like this and use array remove function, this will work or not. Let's see. Then it will give you an error that first, according to syntax, we need to pass the element at the last array, and after that delete February from the array. Okay, let's see it gonna delete or not. Yes, the February is deleted. If I use here June, then June will not exist in the array, so it will not delete June, and also not giving an error. That's it. So next function is array replace function. Okay, let's see what is the syntax of this array replace, and inside we need to pass an um, obviously array is important because operation is on array, from element to element. Like this we have seen this function in SQL also. To element. So let's use array replace. So from January, February, March, replace March with June. Replace March with June. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Now output is January, February, and June. That's it. So array get concatenate to array append array at the end, array prepend append element at the start, array remove element from an array replace some element with another element of that for this position, and okay, all these array modification functions. Let's see array comparison with in all and any. In all and any. Select, the example is suppose select 20 in. The syntax is for any, in for in is expression in parenthesis value comma like this. See the example. So is 20 in these values? Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 20 in this? Let's see. What is the output? True, because 20 is present at the last. So it will check 20 is at position 1, 20 is at position 2, 20 it has position 3, 20 it has position 6. Yes, true. So it will return a true. If I make it 10, then it will return a false because 20 is not present in this. So the tells the syntax in this parenthesis, if this expression is present, then it will return a true. That's it. So right hand side is a parenthesized list of scalar expression. So this is one expression and this is multiple expressions. Okay, okay, this is one expression. So result is true if the left hand expression is result is equal to any of the right hand expression. This is shorthand notation for like checking each and every values from this. That's it. So Another one is not in and not in. If I use not here, and the syntax is similar, it will return a true because 20 is not present in this. If I make here 20, then it will return a false because 20 is present. That's it. Another, so it will check like this above but in opposite direction. So second is all operator. All. The syntax is expression operator all and any other expressions or any expressions. Okay, let's see the help of example directly so we can understand. So select 25 equal to all and in parenthesis. So it will check 25 expression equal to sign and all and in parenthesis it will check for all the values like this. So is 25 is present in this, so now it will return true false because of just time. Select 25 equal to, oh this was the array, this was the array. So is 25 present in this array? No. And now it will present yes, so it will return a true. Oh, still it returning false. So this function, the right hand side is a parenthesized expression which must yield an array value. So the left hand expression is evaluated and compared to each element of the array using the given operator which must yield a boolean result. So if all the values in array is 25, then only it will return a true. Otherwise it will return a false. What if I make a two array inside this parenthesis? This will give me an error. Let's see 26 here. Now it will give me an error because it only wants one parameter, that is one array. So it will check the values in this array and all arrays must be over 25 this value, so it will return a true, otherwise it will return a false. So the syntax was expression equal to all, and also for previous we are using that in and not in operator. Let's see in a not in operator for with array. Let's see if I make this in parenthesized value array, then it will return an error because it only wants values in parentheses. Let's see, it will return an error. That's it. Another operator is, suppose array has zero element, then how it will behave if array has zero element. Oh, yeah. So select 25 equal to all inside this array with zero element. Oh, then cannot determine the type of empty array like previously we have checked. So it will return the error. So the next operator is these all are in not in any and some operator all. Okay, let's see the last was any or some operator, any or some operator. So in this the right hand side is a parenthesized which must yield an array value. So like previous, that we have to use a array inside this and the syntax is replaced with any. This must be array value. If I run this, then it will give me an error that cannot determine the type of empty array. So to each element of the array using the given operator which must yield a boolean result. So let's see the result of any is true if any true result is obtained. So let's see with the help of example. Uh, make it 25 only and run, then it will be main true. So if I make here 24, then also it will be main true. Like if I make here 25, then also it will be main true. If I make it here 1, so result is true if any one or some values were matched with these values. So this was like previous we have used not in function that suppose select 25 in parenthesis same 23 4 5 3 and 7. That's it. Both behave same. Okay, it will return true because it will return false because 25 not is present. It will also return false because 25 is not present. If I make here the 23 because 23 present in both, if I run this, then it will return a true for both the arrays. If I duplicate 23, then it will also return a 20, then it will also return a true. But this is strictly for array and this is strictly for values. So syntax error. Oh, we need to run one by one. Oh, both return true. That's it. Replace any with some. Then also it will return a true. So these are same. What if I use a null value inside this? Is it have any problem? Uh, no, it will return a true. What if I find a null value inside this? It will return null, not true and false. So if I find null value and null is not present, then also it will return null. No result because it cannot work with null values. So um, formatting. Next point is formatting and converting an array. So there are functions to converting an array like string to array and array to string. Let's see formatting and converting functions. So first function is string to array. String to array. This is the syntax. So inside this we need to pass some string and strings, only string like this. Okay, see how it behaves. So the example is select string to array and in parenthesis suppose first is the string 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 and the second parameter is the separator you want, that is delimiter, suppose comma. Okay, if I run this, then it will give main value separated with comma. If I make these two this sign pipe, then let's see, it will separate the values, it will return the values in text and the separator is now also comma. So it will convert this string into array. If I copy this, you can see that if I copy this and paste it here, you can see that these values are pretty similar to array object, pretty similar like on array. So 1 2 3 4 5, this you can see that this is like array, okay, and this will not affect anything. If I not pass this second parameter, then it will give me an error that it will can't understand what is the function is. So string to array must need to pass this second parameter. What if I add a text values too? So we know that array holds. So the string values we must need to pass in double quote only. String to array. What is the error now? Yeah, we need to end here semicolon one side. That's it. If I run this, it will run fine. So 1 2 3 4 is concatenated with ABC, but the string is concatenated like this. If I make here star, then also no effect. It will concatenate like this. So you can pass here any delimiter. So the function is used to split a string into array element. So string is splitted into array element, supply delimiter and optional null string. So string setting a value to null or non-empty value. Let's see. Suppose one more parameter is here abc. Then what will happen? But this in single quote. And if I not pass this abc in double quote too, let's see. Yeah, it will work fine. So there is no need to, because it is already in single quote, so we can pass the character directly. And this abc also make no effect. If I make say abcd, you can see that there is a no effect of this third parameter too. So setting an empty value to null. So if there was any empty values in a string, then it will replace with this abcd. Let's see. Is there any empty value? If I make it null here, yeah, no, this null is written as it is. So there will be no effect. Okay, let's make this last value as a just empty value like this. Zero length delimiter identified. So we need to pass something, so the function will be fine. Okay, this is zero length string, and we can let's try to adding a zero length string here. Oh, yeah, it will work fine. And if I make something ABC, just That's all about this. Okay. And the next function is array to string. So we can now we have converted string to array like this. Now we are going to convert array to string. Let's see array. Let's see directly with the help of example so you can understand. Array to string. In parentheses, this function is used to split an array into string using a supply delimiter and optional null string. So array to string, array text array to string select array to string is the example is array. Suppose any array with 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, and the optional string is like this. Now array is converted into string. Let's see. Is one over one. What is the error? Array to string. Oh, this is array. Now it will work fine. So we can see that with the help of this second delimiter, the array's values are converted into string and separated by this delimiter, because in previous video in previous function we have seen that we are converting string to array, so that's why we cannot if we pass another delimiter to, then it is not visible because this is where the array values. So here this is string, so we can use any delimiter to separate the string value. We can use here asterisk. So let's see the asterisk separated by each value, each array element, and this array is converted into string because the type is text. That's it. And you can see that the values are coming like a string. If I copy this and paste it here, you can see that the values are like a string. That's it. Now array to string with null values. Suppose there are some null values inside this. In array, this was not work. So if I run this now, then it will ignore this value. This will not included. So if I pass here third parameter like previous array to string they are not work. So this was the string optional for replacing. If there are any null values, then it will replace with ABCD. But in case ABC, but in case if it is string to array, this will not happen. In array to string, this will happen because we are converting into string data type. So string can contain these values like this. So that's all about this. Thank you.